Okay, so let's look at another post on Korea's Eternity microsite. So, character tone correction story. So, the character colors are subtly different from Mabinogi. I transferred the Mabinogi character shader to Unreal Engine as is, but the character colors are different. Even if you test it unlit, the tone is different. So this is all about like the different like color tones and the way like lighting works and stuff like that. Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So differences between Leon and Unreal Engine. We looked at 4 of the factors that affect color above. How do the 2 engines provide functionality for each of these 4? Properties of a material such as its reflection, absorption of light are defined by the material or shader in the game engine. For reference, in Unreal Engine, a material that has no effect on light at all is called unlit. And in this case, it always appears as the set color regardless of light. Let's assume this makes no difference since they said they ported the shaders from Leon to Unreal as is. So the remaining elements are lighting that affects directly and indirectly, and the results output by the monitor and the gamma correction or tone correction processing for them. The Unreal Engine that Mabinogi will be ported to has a lighting system called Lumen. Calculates direct and indirect lighting that affects the scene in real time. So here's the comparison results. This is before Lumen and this is after. And you can see the difference, how like this one's darker a little bit and this one looks a little bit brighter. This is a feature that was not present in the older Leon engine. The difference in the lighting system may affect the color. Another difference is that Mabinogi uses gamma correction, while Unreal Engine provides a system called Tone Mapper, which supports gamma correction and other correction methods. Differences in tone correction are also a factor affecting color, so it is important to look at the differences. Differences in troubleshooting of tone correction by Tone Mapper. Unreal Engine supports Tone Mapper as a function called post-processing. Filter effects that we use in cameras can also be considered as this type of post-processing function. In post-process, I was computing color correction instead of gamma correction with a color grade texture like below. The engine default was to use color correction unconditionally, so I modified it so that only gamma correction is calculated without using color correction by adjusting the relevant parameter values. As a result, we were able to confirm that the character was output with the same color as Leon Engine when using the unlit shader. So color comparison after tone correction of Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. And here you can see blinded. So these are the examples. This one's the Pleon Engine one, this one's the Unreal Engine Unlit, and this one's the Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader, it looks like. When you match the tone to the character, the background tone changes. So left when the tone is matched to the background, right when the tone is matched to the character. So here you can see the two examples, and you can sort of tell that the tone is a little bit different. If we could distinguish between characters and non-characters at the tone mapper stage that handles tone correction, wouldn't it be possible to make an exception so that only characters are not color corrected? So, character outlines. Character mask information recorded separately when drawing the character outline. And here you can see an example right here. With this character identification mask information, we were able to add the ability to adjust bloom separately for each character, as well as tone map correction. Control character specific tone map parameters. So from left to right we can see this image of Dailies and how it changes with each tone being adjusted. And then down here we have character specific bloom parameter control, lighting calculation differences, and troubleshooting. Based on the results so far, we have confirmed that when created with the unlit shading model, it appears to have the same color as Pleon. Color comparison after tone correction of Pleon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So from left to right we can see blinded again here. However, the character on the right that uses the Mabinogi specific shader still appears with different colors. So yeah, this one doesn't look quite right, it doesn't look like blended. Why can't we just use unlit? You might think like this. Unlit is a shader that is literally unaffected by lighting. So whether or not the character goes under the shadow of the tree, the fake lighting like above will always be visible. Yeah, I could see how that could be a problem. So there was a need to normalize the Mabinogi specific shaders to fit Unreal Engine. The goal is to have Mabinogi specific shader like Unlit express the same colors as Pleon, while also reflecting lighting and shadows. First of all, why does it look so dark? So, shadow map comparison. After looking into it, I found out that characters using Mabinogi specific shaders always appear dark because the shaders are implemented to cast shadows. I tried modifying it so that shadows are not always cast, but only when shadows are needed. And you can see the examples of that, like here and here. Although it is brighter than the shadow area, the feeling of the area where light is calculated is more realistic than toon-like. Perhaps this is why shadows are always drawn when imported into Unreal Engine. In order to maintain the feeling of toon shading, I recorded the character's shadow color separately, and since it would be a waste to play with buffers not used in toon shading, I changed them to record lighting color and reflected shading results. Before editing, only lighting colors exist, versus after editing, separate the shadow color and lighting color, then synthesize in tune style according to the shade. Shadows and basic lighting calculations are now guaranteed to be computed the same way as in Livestream engine. And here you can see like a character running, and how her shadow vanishes when she runs under the tree, but when she runs out from under the tree, you can see her shadow. So this just gives you an example. Next, when using the Mabinogi specific shader in the Lumen indirect lighting environment provided by Unreal Engine, we confirmed that the indirect lighting calculation results were too excessive and the character colors did not appear properly. So high versus low lumen influence on characters. And they have some examples here. This has been addressed by providing the ability to control lumen influence separately when using Mabinogi specific character shaders. Controlling character specific lumen parameters. So you can see how like the lighting is changing in this picture. And like the hair color and everything like that as they like adjust the settings for that. In this way, we have provided the ability to control background lighting and character lighting separately by providing character-only skylight influence parameters, point light character influence parameters, etc. Whether or not you're using lumens in this way. You can now set character-specific lighting separately from background lighting settings, allowing you to control the character's color tone without it looking too different from the background lighting. In conclusion, so far we have looked at the process of identifying and resolving the cause of the difference in character colors between Livestream and Unreal Engine. And I'm not sure when this post will be coming to the NA Eternity site. We do have 3 more posts coming to the NA Eternity site, one on July 17th, one on July 24th, and one on July 31st, but doesn't say which ones are actually going to be posted here. So at some point this post will also be put on the NA Eternity site if you want to check it out. But if you want to read about it now, like I just did, you can go to the Korean website and click on their Eternity site button, and it'll take you here. You can use Google Chrome to translate all this, and it's right down here. Character tone correction story. All the posts about Eternity happen on the Korean Eternity site first, so if you want to read it right away, this is the place you should go. But it should be on the NA site by the end of July anyway. So let's look at another one of the new posts in the Mabinogi Korean Eternity section that just recently came out. I want to go straight to Dumbarton School. So what do you think of the new Dumbarton that was briefly shown at the showcase? As it was a town that I visited often, I think the Militians were also impressed by it, as it had many areas that needed improvement. Starting from the continent of Ulad, there are regions that can be visited at all times, such as the continent of Idia and Belvast, as well as regions that can only be visited during certain events. and then special regions that don't belong to any continent, like Avon. And this area is like at the end of Saga 2. In addition to areas that you, the Militians, can easily access on a regular basis, there are many areas internally. For example, there are areas that are only necessary for special situations such as missions or cutscenes. There are also areas that cannot be entered on a regular basis and can only be entered when carrying out a special quest, such as the mainstream. Due to various limitations in the existing Pleon engine, there were cases where similar looking areas were composed of multiple areas. There were also quite a few one-time event-only areas that were no longer used. Therefore, in the process of porting to Unreal, we had to decide which areas were essential and which areas should be improved first. Dunbarton, a representative village where many Militians come and go. The development room also poured out various ideas to improve Dunbarton to make it richer and more convenient. We were able to reorganize various elements, starting with the previously considered inconvenient paths. After several discussions with the planning and art workers, we established the following major criteria. So yeah, they really improved Dunbarton, and you can see that in the showcase. Dunbarton has many convenient facilities centered around the town square, but there are some areas that are inconvenient, such as having to go around in a circle. So like the Dunbarton Magic School at the moment, you have to like go far to the left and go up some steps and enter, or far to the right and go up some steps and enter right now. And there's this big ugly wall right here. Well, that's going to be going away. And so is that little wall right there, right in front of the doors to the magic school. And this is what's going to look like in Unreal. So some of those training dummies are gone. There's a big staircase here. So now you can just walk right up. And then the little barrier in the center of that entrance is now gone, so you can just walk right into the magic school. I think this looks really good. This is a really good update. And then the town office is also going to be improved a lot, so they're going to... Right now, these two boards are like kind of in the center, and there's like a staircase on the left and right side for accessing the town office. But now it looks like they're going to take out those two staircases, move those two boards all the way to the left here, and they're going to just put one big old staircase in the center, so that's great. I checked the traces of all NPCs that were standing in Dunbarton one by one and readjusted the place elements. I will leave it to your imagination to see how many NPCs were stationed in Dunbarton. Even for a moment, when I checked the location information, it would be difficult to plant a new tree or something in the place where our precious planet is standing. We also paid a lot of attention to areas that could further highlight the symbols or landmarks of Dunbarton Village. So here's the unicorn statue area. And here you can see Town Square. It's a little bit easier to see than it was in the showcase. But they have the symbol of Dunbarton in the center of Town Square now, right here. That's really cool. I think that's a nice touch. As you trade, you can see that the symbol of Dunbarton is a unicorn through the icon. The location of the unicorn square, where enchantments were entrusted long ago and concerts were held, has been moved to the center, and the stone statue has been upgraded. Okay, so this is gonna be like a different statue then. The central square where everyone gathers has also been beautifully engraved with the unicorn symbol, which again you can see right here, that looks very nice. The buildings that play important roles, such as the bell tower and the government office, have also been rebuilt larger and more splendidly. The small garden and trees in front of the cathedral have also been arranged more beautifully. It would be even more enjoyable to gather with the guild members at this place overlooking the town square below. So yeah, this area looks very nice. In addition to this, the decorations on the stalls of shops placed in the town, the fountains, the vines growing on the buildings, the flowers blooming under walls, even the smallest details were decorated to create a lovely, beautiful Dumbarton. So yeah, these are the changes to Dumbarton in Unreal, and personally I think they did a very good job. This looks very good. It still looks like Dumbarton, and it not only looks better, it is better. They actually fixed some of the flaws with it without drastically changing the way Dumbarton is. So that's very good. So today we'll be looking at a part that was shown in the Korean Fantasy Party for Mabinogi. We'll be looking at character creation in Unreal Engine 5. And we have English closed captioning. There's the login. So they played this live on stream. Here's the new character select screen. This looks pretty cool.
안녕하세요, 밀레시안 여러분. 마비노기 총괄 디렉터 민경훈입니다. 이번 이터니티의 소식의 시작을 제가 직접 보여드리고 싶었습니다. 그래서 캐릭터 생성 과정을 제가 직접 좀
So the director is going to show us the character creation process for Unreal.
업데이트 후에 실제로 만나보실 모습은 지금과는 조금 다를 수 있는데 지금 현재 저희가 구현해 놓은 모습을 천천히 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 네, 이렇게 하나씩 선택할 수 있고요. 세 캐릭터를 선택해 보겠습니다. 네, 이 의상은 처음 보시는 의상이죠. 이터니티 버전으로.
This is the first time you've seen this costume, newly created in Eternity version. This is the newbie wear, okay.
전에 잠깐 소개해드린 것처럼 이런 형태의
A while ago, yes, as I briefly introduced, this is now...
신발도 이제 구현해 볼 수 있고요.
Now let's implement pretty shoes in the shape of...
일단은 남캐를 한번 잠깐 보여드릴게요.
Okay, first the male character. So yeah, you can pick the male character's age. And this shows you like the stats. Because the stats are like slightly different.
이렇게 당연히 나이도 이렇게 고를 수 있고요. 네, 능력치는 신경 쓰지 않으셔도 됩니다. 임시 수치로 넣어둔 거예요. 네.
So it looks like over here we have like a couple of different like starting outfit options. So like this is the newbie wear over here, and it looks like you can pick like one of these other 3 outfits to start with. So far this looks really good.
네, 얼굴도 이렇게 이거 이따가 조금 이따가 자세히 보여드릴 텐데 이제 남캐 헤어들은 지금 일단 반영해 놓은 건 이 정도고요. 여러 가지 익숙하신 헤어들이
Couple
있죠.
of the different male hairstyles.
네, 이런 헤어도 있고, 네, 그리고 당연히 이렇게 네, 색상도 선택할 수 있습니다.
And the different colors.
네, 일단 다시 돌아가서 네, 여성캐로 선택을 해보겠습니다.
And you can notice, like here, you can see some of the hair clipping through her outfit. So it's a lot easier to notice, like, the hair clipping through the outfits on the female character, because she has, like, longer hair. And the longer hair options typically, like, clip through the outfits more.
네, 예쁘죠? 예쁜 건
Yeah, you can see it, like, better up close. You can see how it's, like, cutting into the shirt and stuff. But it looked a lot better in game. That might just be, like, a character creation thing. Like, when I saw, like, the in-game footage that's later, it looked a lot better and a lot less noticeable.
가까이서 봐야 됩니다. 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 이 디테일이 좀 보이실 것 같아요. 이렇게 의상도 이런 식으로 디테일하게 표현해서 네, 구현을 해볼 수가 있고요. 피부 색상도 이렇게 선택한 대로 바로 잘
And different skin
발현됩니다.
tones. That's cool.
네.
That one's cool too.
이런 모습도 그렇고 다양한 모습을 볼 수 있고, 네, 저는 개인적으로 좋아하는 연한 복숭아 빛을 선택하겠습니다. 이 헤어도 이렇게 반영이 되는데 아마 지금 잘 아시는 헤어들이 있을 거예요. 네, 아시는 헤어들이 있고, 그렇죠. 이 헤어는 좀 이따가 다시 보실 수 있을 것 같은데 저는
Okay, this hairstyle doesn't clip through the outfit at all. So that's good. Because, like, the hair that hangs off to the sides here in the front, like, that's far enough away from the outfit that doesn't clip into it. And, like, the ponytail in the back goes out far enough to the point where it doesn't, like, clip into the back of the character at all.
죄송합니다. 제 취향대로 일단 선택을 해보겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 지금은 이 정도로 반영이 돼 있고요. 눈도 아마
Couple of different
잘
options
아시는
for
분들 거예요.
eyes.
네, 이 눈으로 선택을 하겠습니다. 아, 제가 헤어 색상을 안 정했네요. 제가 그 블루 계열을 좋아해서 여기 제
Changing the hair
지향색이
color.
명확하게 있지는 않은데 네, 다른 의도는 없습니다. 이 블루를 선택을 하겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 맞춰야죠. 네, 이렇게 맞추겠습니다. 그리고 입은
Yeah,
지금은
changing the hair and eye
하나가
color.
있고요. 그리고 장식이랑 화장도 있는데 네, 이 부분은 네, 나중에 또 보여드릴 기회가 있을 것
There are
같습니다.
decorations and makeup too.
보시면 이상
So you can use that.
네, 이런 프리셋들을 확인하면
Yeah, and here's some of the different, like, starting outfits. Now he's going through, like, those options. This one goes really well with the blue hair.
하실 수가 있습니다. 네, 이렇게 있고요. 그리고 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 좀 재질감이 좀 다르죠? 네, 이런 의상도 있고, 그리고 왠지 궁수한테 어울릴 것 같은 네, 이런 의상도 있고요. 네, 이런 의상도 있습니다. 네,
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Looks like an outfit that maybe like a priest or a healer would wear, like a priestess or a healer. Or a mage.
이제 본격적으로 한번 떠나보겠습니다.
They're laughing because the name was taken when he tried to name the character.
네. 서버는 지금 유튜브 하나만 반영을 해둔 거니까 혹시나
The server currently only reflects one loot. They might be talking about like loot server. Since I've already done it, maybe other than loot, I hope the servers aren't upset. Okay, so he's gonna create the character. The owl looks pretty cool too.
어떠세요? 밀레시안과 에린을 연결해줄 조금 새로운 모습의 소울 스트림입니다.
The soul stream looks pretty good. I like how they added some color to like this part where you walk around. Like there's some blue, some gold, and maybe some like blue and purple more in the center where now is.
네, 여기 계신 분들은 너무 잘 아시다시피 마비노기에서 의미 깊은 장소잖아요. 네, 그래서 좀 더 가슴에 남을 만한 모습으로 변화를 시도해보고 있습니다. 우리 나우가 쳐다보네요. 네, 아이고 죄송합니다. 제가 지금 손이 떨리고 있어요.
These dialogue options on the side are pretty cool. Like, I like the way the boxes look for text and everything. So far, this looks pretty good as far as the interface goes for like chatting with an NPC.
네, 뭐 하나하나 말을 걸어보고 싶지만 지금 이제 보여드릴 게 좀 더 있기 때문에 에린으로 바로 가겠습니다. 네. 다음에 또 만나요.
And now she's gonna send us to Aaron. Wait, let's go back just a little bit. This was just a brief moment, but it looks like this would be like the loading screen. That might change like before it comes out. This is just a test play that they're going through. But this is simple. It looks nice. Wouldn't mind if that was the main like loading screen. And then they finally get into game. And you can see that there are like a couple other characters out here. These might be members of the development team that are like working on it. Or it could be some sort of closed beta in Korea. Either way, I think it's a good thing that they're like stress testing it. But yeah, we'll look at the gameplay and cover that in another video. But that's the character creation. And so far, I think it's pretty good. Alright, let's play Mabinogi today. Get Xanacat back here too. A little handobot. So tomorrow's a huge update where we get all that new Rise stuff. It's gonna be fun. I think we'll get started with some event stuff. Let's do the daily idiot expedition. What does this dog do again? Oh, inventory restores more food restores more HP. Okay. Let's get 10 of those. Oh, those 4 horns. You can combine those if you get 4 of them. That's interesting. I don't think I'm gonna fight them because I don't really gain points if I do. If I fight those wolves. Okay, nice. This one actually gave me some food. Running out of inventory room. I need to get this organized a little bit better. Let's run this way. That should do it for now. Got a little bit more space. Yeah, that's the last of my food. See if we can get some food from this. Nice. Dynami11, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Just getting ready for a big update for Mabinogi tomorrow. How much food do we have left? Some cheese and some mushrooms? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna live much longer, so we'll exit with the commerce simp. So we gotta do this one like 8 more times. The daily for this event 8 more times to get the final reward there. Yeah, there's a big dungeon update coming tomorrow, so there's gonna be like a lot of like changes to the dungeons and the gear system. Yeah, the game has been going alright today. Today's more a casual day, like we're just getting some dailies done. Got LB dungeon for the veteran one. Surprised they haven't taken down the Halloween props yet. They probably will with like tomorrow's maintenance. Oh, these guys are selling VIP. Nice. Yeah, I'm a pretty casual Mabinogi streamer. Like, usually I only run, like, dailies and events and, like, new stuff that comes out. So for the normal dungeon, we have the Eka dungeon. I don't know if I want to do that today. Maybe. I'll think about it. The Eka dungeon's kind of a pain in the butt to do. But we'll do Albi dungeon. The durability on that scythe is getting a little low. I think it'll be okay for this dungeon run. I'll worry about repairing stuff afterwards. And I want these 2 doll bags. For the veteran dungeon runs, I usually use like a combination of like Battle Astrologer and like Dark Diviner. I like to keep my Mabinogi setup kind of clean and out of the way. Like, one thing I like about Mabinogi is its like clean interface. There's not like a lot of stuff in the center of the screen or anything like that. Very small UI. Like, some people put these long skill bars that are on the side here, like, some people can move those and have those, like, more in the center if they want to, or whatever. Like, you can move stuff around, but... Yeah, one of my best friends is an artist. He actually did this model for me, and like all of my channel art on like Twitch and YouTube as well. I keep my Twitch and my YouTube channels like very cat themed. Two ways to go. It looks like I probably need to come in here for a key first. Or no, I need to go in here first to get the keys. Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, he does a pretty good job. I usually just like say the idea that I have in mind for the art, and then he does a pretty good job at it. It is nice having like an artist that happens to be a friend too, because it's like, then it's not all business. So since we kind of already get along, he already kind of has like an idea of like what I want for the art anyway, and it makes it a little bit easier. And nothing that way, we got the keys. I wonder if they're going to shorten veteran dungeons with that update tomorrow. I don't think they talked too much about the veteran dungeons, but they're going to be like making some of the other dungeons like a little bit shorter with that update. Yeah, this one's just a GIF PNG tuber for the model. Like, those 3D models are pretty expensive and also use up a lot more computer resources, I think, so... Oops. These bats are pretty tough when they gang up on you. There we go. No, I probably won't change models for a while. Like, even this model is actually fairly new. When was this one finished? This was... The one I'm using now was finished like in maybe June or July. So I actually kind of recently started using this one. Oops, the spider got me. There we go. Those guys. Twitch is where I do most of my chatting. Whoops, I switched back my magic skills there. Yeah, I do have a Twitter account that people can follow me on. I'm just Xanafiedcat there, but I don't really use Discord that much. Oops, that mimic got me. Don't respond fast enough. Ah. And finally at the boss room. Let's get rid of these small spiders first. Okay, those spiders near him will get hit by Meteor too. So first one. Second one. And third. And for the spider boss, I think it'd be better to use magic skills. It's just better to keep, like, distance from the spider. So we use Thunder Blight to do most of the damage, and we use Thunder to keep him down. Oops. Oh, that little red spider that's left doesn't come after me yet. Yeah, this has worked out fairly well. The big spider's only gotten me like once. 33 minutes and 32 seconds. Unlimited veteran filmer pass. Very nice. So if I wanted to do Piaka Dungeon today, I would switch to Elemental Knight, I think. Because I could do that on veteran mode now that I have that pass, that unlimited veteran filmer pass. Where's my Elemental Knight skills anyway? Are they on... Wait a minute. Mage... I think they're on... the skill bar somewhere. Yeah, they're all here. I guess I'll do it. Why not? For like my PNG tuber model? Because for the character I'm playing as, like that's like based off of this character. I actually, before I created this character, I dressed up another giant character like the way I wanted this one to look. I took like screenshots and then I showed them to my artist, and then he made that model based off like this look. And then I also have like an Egyptian cat form model that I can switch to. Because I chose to do that because like this outfit lets you turn into a small Egyptian cat, so I have like that smaller, cheaper model for this character as well. So I basically pick what model I want to use, like based on what game I'm gonna play, actually. Like, I also have two other small PNG tuber cats for... There's like one for Dying Light, I have one for that, and then I have like another cat for like Contraband Police too. Just to kind of fit the theme of the game, or what I'm playing. Oh, I gotta get my carpentry up to get that buff for that enchant that's on that weapon there. What rank is carpentry anyway? There's some life skills I've been putting off doing. Rank 9. Maybe I'll work on it with the upcoming Master Plan event. That'll be a good time to do that. Yeah, I have been using that Egyptian cat a lot recently. Just because he's one of Xanafiedlion's other forms. And also a lot of people surprisingly like the Egyptian cat too, so I go with that one a lot. But today I thought I'd just use his original like human giant form or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna need these equipped. And I do still want my staff equipped, because then I can use Meteor from time to time, and Meteor is still very useful. Wait, I guess I could technically do that with Elemental Knight. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'll use the staff anyway, that's fine. Maybe use some Dark Diviner moves. Yeah, and before this character, I was actually using a really old, like, PNG tuber model for, like, 3 years. That one was based off my elf character. He has, like, white hair and blue eyes. I also have some, like, panel art. He appears in some of my panel art on my Twitch channel. Yeah, the drumsticks are a pretty cool appearance for blunt weapons. I thought that would work out well for the hammers I'm using. I think they're hammers, aren't they? Or are they... Yeah. I haven't really used them that much, though. But they're good for Elemental Knight, at least. And I think we're all set now. Got the unlimited veteran foamer pass. Oh, and where's the... that's the skill and still the elements, okay. Gonna switch over here. Oh right, that's a... I wasn't used to the Flashing Steel Elemental Knight skill because I played Elemental Knight a lot more before that skill was added to it. Okay, now I'm kind of remembering how to play Elemental Knight a little bit better. Okay, so Mana Shield is definitely a good option here, because when I turned that on, I took a lot less damage. Let's put these back over here. So the veteran dungeon is done, and the daily dungeon is also done. Oops. There. Don't need these doll bags out anymore. So I need, what, 3 more seals to get to Grandmaster Fighter? So what we're gonna do, I think, is, I might try taking up Act 6 Crisis, the puppet skill. I might try taking that to Dan rank. Do I have my puppet skills like set up on any bar or something like that? I don't know if I even do. I don't use puppetry, so I may have like taken them off. Oh, here we go. Where's Rising Action at? Oh, it's that one. Okay. Attack enemies. Okay, for big numbers, let's go to Turnanag. I want to get the XP I need on this one so I can take that one to the Dan rank too. What about music skills? Can those be Dan ranked? No? No, okay. Yeah, we'll focus on the puppetry stuff. With the new dungeon guide, I think we'll be able to go like directly to the Albi dungeon altar in Turnanag, so we might not even need like warp imps to go to Turnanag anymore. Like, that change is coming tomorrow. I'm gonna actually test that. But Turnanag has a lot of replay value, I feel like. The zombies make good training dummies and drop decent amounts of gold. There's certain like monster transformations that you can obtain points on in Albi dungeon itself. You can even like harvest wheat and barley from the fields here. So really quick, I'll be right back, and then we will train up that puppet skill so I can Dan rank it. Alright, so let's work on that puppet stuff. Where'd all the zombies go? There were zombies in this graveyard a little bit ago. They all ran away. Wait, do I even have control bars for puppetry? Let's get rid of all that crap. Maybe I don't. Well, that's okay. Control bars can't be too much. I can just buy one from here. Okay, I see how that works. Let's get Dollbag out here to pick up some stuff. So right now I gotta herd up these zombies first. Does wire pull... Does that injure them? I don't know if it does. I don't know if that's one of the ones that... Oh yeah, I guess it does hurt him. Surprised there's not a Dan rank for that. Let's do this. Let's go over to magic skills. We'll track them with lightning bolt and do a nice big group. Because I need like 6 of them together. Well, there's 3. On second thought, maybe I would be better off using this just against some foxes at Tur. Okay, there, now it has enough XP. Let's go take some Dan tests. So puppetry. Let's try rising action verse. Okay, only my puppet needs to step in the circle. That's nice. I'm glad I don't. Oh great, I'm poisoned. Where's that circle? It's over there. Okay, what do I get for upgrading this? We don't get any stats, just improves the skill. So damage goes up by 60%. And that's pretty much... yeah, pretty much it. Let's try Crisis next. I think I'll like this skill more. That's on 6. Yeah, it's fine. What's going on here? I don't quite get how these green circles work. Oh, I'm supposed to pull them into the green circles. Okay, I get it now. That's different. I've never done a Dan test quite like that before. Hey. It's kind of annoying that it matters where we even finish them. Okay, so the idea is to stand in the... Hey, use the skill. The idea is to basically stand in the green circle. And do that. Okay, I get it. Might have to redo this test. For some reason, sometimes the skill fails. Okay, let's just do that for a second. Go this one next. Oh, there's one circle over there I'm missing. Yeah, let's try that again. Now that I know what to do with the circle thing, we can probably pass it. Zoom out. Let's go to the one over here. There's a lot of enemies over here right now. And this one. Yeah, this is going way better than last time. Oh, that should have actually... Well, hang on, let's do this for a second. Cool, they do give me potions. That'll be nice, let's use those. Because I got poisoned pretty good. There. That's an interesting type of Dan test. Like, I've never actually done one that works that way before. That was fun. A little tricky, but overall still fun. So right now this gives 200% damage, 6 meters of radius, provoke duration. Okay, so the Marionette defense is going to go up by 2, the protection is going to go up by 1, and the provoke duration is going to go up by 0.5 seconds. And the damage goes up by 5%. That does. And that's all the Dan tests we can do for today, so let's wrap things up with doing some Grandmaster missions. We're gonna do Grandmaster missions for Fighter, and then we'll probably wrap up the stream. There'll be a lot to explore tomorrow with the dungeon update. So all 3 missions for fighter, because I need 3 more seals. Okay, yeah, these are all doable. 100 bears, okay. Yeah, bears are easy. We can do that. It's even easier than boars. Really quick, let's go back to the association room and switch to Dark Diviner. There. What was it, Guardian of Avon? For the Avon mission? Yeah, that's the one. So we can buy that pass from the Adventure Seal shop.
접수하실 분 오세요.
Near the West Hilton Moongate, this is a pretty good spot to find some bears for that other quest. Nice. Sold some event outfits the other day that I've been saving in pet inventory for a while. What's the current price for that? Oh yeah, they were all worth over $1 million. Like when I listed this. I listed it for like 400k, and now they're listing it for under 400k. Alright. Okay, let's cancel the sale, and let's put that back on sale for like 300k or something. Nah, I don't care, we'll make it 200. That's fine. Come on, where are all the bears at? Looks like we got one down here. Running out of bears out here. Finally, one of them appears. It's number 21. Oh, now a few more bears are finally appearing. I was about to leave. I think that doll bag finally ran out of time. Let's get the Urison one out. check out Fishmark. There's also some bears out here. Oh good, and some ancients too. Oh wow, this place has a lot of bears right now. That's good. Yeah, this was definitely the right spot to pick. There's tons of bears here right now. Need one more. And we have two options available. Where'd that doll bag go off to? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we can head back to Tara. And we have that Grandmaster Shadow Mission thing. Most of these tests can just be done with thunder. A little Dark Diviner helps speed things up too. And this would be the boss. Done. Wow, that goes really fast. Dark Diviner, he even do anything. And we've achieved Grandmaster Fighter. But I'm gonna reactivate the unique effect for Battle Astrologer. Yes, this mostly just gives us more HP and will. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up the stream right around here for today. So the big changes come tomorrow. So new dungeon guide, new gear, all that stuff. So tomorrow's stream might be a little bit longer. But this is a good stopping point for today at least.